Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Inside Golf. I'm Harry Donahue, and today we're going to give you a look at Bluestone Country Club, located in Blue Bell, Montgomery County. This place used to be known as Meadowlands Country Club. The owners of the nearby Blue Bell Inn, the historic Blue Bell Inn, purchased Meadowlands. They renamed it Bluestone, but they did a lot more than that. They upgraded the facilities. I mean, really upgraded the facilities. A beautiful clubhouse. And the golf course still is in championship and pristine condition. And the membership, it's taken off in virtually a very short period of time. We'll take a look at why and how everything has happened here at Bluestone when we come back on Inside Golf. Inside Golf, now celebrating its 20th season, is presented by Destination Montco Golf. 54 courses, 300,000 yards. Check them out at montcogolf.com. By the First Tee of Philadelphia. The First Tee helps young men and women become better golfers, but most important, better people. Get involved. Visit thefirsttphiladelphia.org. By the Golf Association of Philadelphia, GAP, celebrating amateur golf since 1897. By Jersey Man Magazine, it's a Jersey way of life. And by Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. And by Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia Section PGA. Experts in the game and business of golf. Take time to thank your local PGA golf professional.
Along with being stewards of the game of golf, your local PGA professional wears many hats.
We are teachers.
We are players.
We are managers.
We are merchandisers.
And community leaders.
But we all wear one badge.
PGA professionals are well-trained experts who work hard to share the joy of golf with our neighbors for over 90 years. To find your local PGA professional, visit phillypga.com. Brought to you by the Philadelphia section of the PGA.
We are the experts in the game and business of golf.
Welcome back to Inside Golf at Bluestone Country Club in Blue Bell, Pennsylvania. And the host pro, Chris Gardner. Thanks for having us out, Chris.
Our pleasure. Thank you.
Let's see. Bluestone, well, it wasn't always Bluestone. It was
Meadowlands.
Meadowlands, and that started back in what, 1950?
1950, yep.
So a relative new kid on the block here in Montgomery County, right? When you look at some of the other older clubs and country clubs. But when did the new ownership change the name?
In the off season between 2015 and 16, the new ownership took over. Yep.
Pretty much explanatory. Blue Bell. There's some nice Bluestone Country Club. Let's talk about this place. How would you describe it to someone who's never been here before?
The facility is great. The golf course itself, I find that it's what I call selectively long. And what I mean by that is we have our fair share of short par fours, places where you might want to hit something less than driver, but you've also got holes that you need to hit driver to get all the way there in regulation. So golf course pinches you on both sides, a little left, a little right, forces you to play some of the dog legs, some layups and some forced carries, make it much longer than 6,200 yards that it looks like from the blue tees.
Okay, and speaking of tees, I mean, we're standing here on number 17. I see 4 different tee box areas, so there's plenty to choose from for members.
Absolutely, yeah. So we have our forward tees, our red tees. We have a set of gold that you can almost see here, the blue set, and then our black set of tees, our tournament tees, play just over 6,500 yards. But my claim is that any single-digit handicap will do well if they can break 80 from back there.
Okay, there you go, you good players. A lot of people heard about Bluestone and wonder, is it still a private country club? And the answer is?
It's a great question. Yeah, we are still private. We get a lot of inquiries into membership on a daily basis, but we are still a private facility.
Okay, and the facility has gone through a little bit of a makeover. I know you can tell the parking lot looks like it was paved yesterday, and you have a beautiful, beautiful country house, which is the main clubhouse.
We do. So the golf course itself is in excellent shape. We've had our superintendent on property for 15 years. That's Jim Lina. Does a fantastic job on a daily basis. But to add to that now, the country house, which did a remarkable renovation, and the parking lots, the new carts, everything has really been changed for the better.
Yeah, so the new kid on the block got a little bit newer with a beautiful new facelift here in the last year. All right, we're standing, as I mentioned, on the 17th tee. One of your favorite holes. Why is that?
Well, it's one of my favorite holes for this simple reason. It's kind of a risk-reward par 5. And from back here you can see that the tree's pinching on the left side and the right side. You've got high grass on the right if you would miss off to the right on the tee. Most players, your bogey golfer is going to aim at the 2 left bunkers on the left-hand side here. The longer players are going to want to cut it off those bunkers down to the middle. If you hit it long enough, you can actually get home in 2, but you're left with 3 wood or long iron off of a downhill lie over the pond.
Oh, that's an easy shot maybe for you, but for us mortals, maybe not. Now, it's a little bit of a dog leg. In fact, as I look down here, I can see out through the trees, that's the putting surface, right?
Yes, sir. And of course, once you've done all of that, you've either gotten home in 2 or 3, you're left with a double-tiered green with a bunker short right and 2 bunkers on the far side.
So late in the round, this is quite a hole.
It is. It's a great time to have 17 for the good round that can be spoiled, or the chance to make a possible eagle and get that round back.
Okay. And then 18 goes back to the clubhouse. What about 18?
So 18, fantastic finish. It has a very similar look to 17, a par 4 that from the back tees can play as long as 440 yards. You still have trees on your left-hand side and right, but instead here you've got a pond that's between 200 and 240 yards out to the right-hand side. It catches a lot of balls.
All right, 2 great closing holes here at Bluestone. You know, Chris, a dying, I guess, feature at a lot of private clubs is a caddy program, and I know you're trying to get a caddy program built right here at Bluestone.
Yes, we are, actually. I mean, I learned the game myself as a caddy, Northwest Ohio, so I've got a very special affiliation with the caddy program, and so we've added 20 junior caddies this year. Our members want to walk. It's a very walking-friendly golf course. The rough is a little bit treacherous, so having an extra set of eyes out there is always nice to have. And then our greens, since they're so tiered and pretty speedy, it's nice to have a caddy on the bag to help you read the greens. So
absolutely.
We're lucky to have the caddies.
And then after a certain hour, maybe, like remember, not everybody has the freedom to play at 12 o'clock. If they want to come out here and hook up with somebody, they can walk the golf.
Yes, they can. So in the afternoons, post 2 o'clock, they can walk and carry. So it is carts or caddies before then, but if they'd want to walk, it's great exercise. It's a beautiful place to walk around, and they're more than likely to do it.
What about practice facilities?
So we're blessed with a very large tee area to hit off of where we do our instruction, as well as 8 to 10 to 12 stalls on a daily basis for golfers. It's a full-scale range. We're very, very fortunate to have that in the middle of Montgomery County, to have 300-yard plus driving range, but 2 practice greens, 2 putting greens that mimic the speeds of the greens on the golf course, and it's everything you want.
All the amenities to get your game in shape. All right, now that's the view from Chris Gardner, the host pro. We're going to find out next some of the members' views and their overall impressions of where they are now at Bluestone Country Club. Well, Jeff Lane's been here at Bluestone since before it was Bluestone. You're
correct.
Brought over from the Meadowlands membership. What's been the transition? How's it been like for you?
In one word, I sum it up, it's been fantastic. When the club was struggling, we were certainly in that group of people that were considering leaving a couple of years ago. When we knew about the new ownership and Bruce taking over, it gave us the motivation to stay and see if things would be fixed. And the experience has been great. They've spent a lot of money. They've done everything they said they were going to do. We have a new clubhouse that's been renovated. That's fantastic. My wife and I have been members here. We love the golf course. Our friends love the golf course. The food's great. The people are great. And now we're stable. There are a lot of clubs that are struggling. We used to be in that category, and now we're fixed.
Now, Jeff, we interrupted you around. Let's take a walk over here, because we have with us, and with you, 3 other guys. Is this your normal foursome, or did you just get stuck with these guys today?
Normal wouldn't be the term I would use as my foursome, but certainly these are regular friends that we play with regularly. Marshall Brooks, Norm Rothbard, Howie Klein. Also came over the same time I did, and I won't speak for them, but when I do, they love it as much as I do.
Best part about Bluestone for you?
I think number one, the course is in great shape. Whoever is taking care of it just does a wonderful job, and the pro staff's pretty good too.
Okay, that guy behind you takes all the bows for that. Okay, I got to ask you, I got to put you on the spot.
Let's do it.
What kind of player is Jeff Lane?
Depends on the day.
Depends on the he says his favorite hole depends on how he played that day. You say it depends on the day. What is he, up and down like everybody else?
He gets a little nervous if too much money's on the line.
Uh-oh. Sounds like everybody has a great time regardless of how they're playing here at Bluestone. Jeff, thanks a lot.
Hey,
thanks for interrupting your round to take time for us, guys. Enjoy the rest of your round. And we'll be back. We'll have more on the inside of Bluestone Country Club in beautiful Blue Bell, Pennsylvania, when Inside Golf continues in just a moment. Hey viewers of Inside Golf, have you heard about Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine? Published by ex-Eagles and Philadelphia Stars tight end Ken Dunnick, these magazines offer the very best in content on subjects of interest to men. Writers include Glenn Macnow, Bill Line, and George Anastasia. And you can increase your business by attending our monthly private parties as an advertiser. Call 856-912-4007 or email ken@jerseymanmagazine.com for more information.
Success requires hard work. No way around it. Realize timing is key. Be willing to push yourself. Stay in control. Trust technology to support you. My father once said, "Doesn't matter what you do in life, just be the best at it."
Welcome back to Inside Golf. We're at Bluestone Country Club in Blue Bell, Pennsylvania, in Montgomery County, where there are so many great golf courses, and this just happens to be one of them. And we're with two lovely ladies here who are very involved in the goings-on at Bluestone Country Club and the nearby Blue Bell Inn. We'll get back to that in just a moment. We have Alicia Myastis, who is the sort of like events director, would we say, Alicia?
Correct. I'm the
Because
director.
I know you wear a lot of hats, even though you don't have one on right now.
Yes, I'm the director of sales and events.
Okay, and we also have Leah Patterson,
Yes.
director of operations. Also, you work closely with the nearby Blue Bell Inn. And let's start off by talking about, first of all, the owners of the Blue Bell Inn purchased what was then Meadowlands Country Club.
Correct.
Now it's Bluestone. They are very much involved, as you are, here and there at Blue Bell Inn. This whole facility has gone under a major renovation in the last few months. Tell us about the renovation and how it went.
Sure, thank you. We're so proud of it. They did such a fantastic job in such a short amount of time. In only 3 months, we were able to really just completely transform the space. And we took a lot of cues. Our designer, Judy Goodman, who also designed the Blue Bell Inn, really was sensitive to the history of the space and created a beautiful, comfortable, yet luxurious feel to the space.
There are, and your job as Director of Events and Sales, get involved with the synergy, as I mentioned, between nearby Blue Bell Inn and here at Bluestone. Tell us about that, Alicia.
Absolutely. So between both locations, there's a lot of synergy, not only between the management team, the staffing, the recipes themselves. Between both locations, we can really accommodate parties and groups of any size.
How about a wedding?
Weddings, bar mitzvahs, showers. We can offer dinner and dancing for up to 320 guests.
That's a biggie.
Now the club itself functions as a private members club, but we are open to the public as an event space.
All right. Now, Blue Bell Inn, we talked about, that's an historic site, correct?
Yes,
Leah?
yes.
It's been around a while, and it underwent a similar fantastic renovation. It seems like it was yesterday, but it's probably, what, 4 or 5 years?
Been a little over 3 years, yeah, almost 4 years now.
You know, Montgomery County and the Philadelphia area in general is saturated with some great country club facilities. What makes, in your opinion, Bluestone stand out?
I think the definition of luxury has really changed over the past couple of years. People are no longer looking for overstuffed chairs and caviar. I mean, we have it, but that's not really what we're looking for. We're looking for wellness and health and community, a place to bring your family, something that's comfortable, something that just makes sense.
Yeah, I know. The, shall we say, the footprint for country club living has certainly changed over the years to keep up with what everybody else is doing. You mentioned wellness. So specifically here, what would members get to enjoy when it comes to wellness?
So we have the fabulous pool on the other side of the building here. We're offering several types of member events each month. We have yoga classes, bar classes, cooking. We're offering babysitting as well. We have this back patio and fire pit that overlooks the practice green, so you can come right off the course, enjoy a cigar or a cocktail.
Seems like it has everything for everybody, right? Leah, we talked a little bit earlier about the number of events, the types of events that can be held here, and this has become in a very short period of time a destination point, be it for a wedding or a party or whatever. And the one thing I noticed due to the restoration, as soon as you walk into the foyer, it's like, wow.
You really see it. The attention to detail is absolutely amazing. Each room has a totally different feel, so we can accommodate just a ton of different types of events.
Now I understand, and you would be involved, and both of us actually, knowing how the membership has increased in a very short period of time, virtually in the last couple months. How many new members do you have?
We have been fortunate enough to have nearly 100 new members in the last 3 months.
That's amazing.
Yes.
In this day and age, to have that type of response.
It's extremely exciting. Yeah, we're very excited to be able to share our space and our food and all of the wellness and everything that we have here with not only old members that have been here for over 50 years, but also these new members. And with the tons of different types of memberships from golf and corporate, social, family, it really just, you can, something for everybody.
You know, since you're involved in events and things like that, and it's a private club, but you do outside golf events too, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Right? Like outings, whatever.
Absolutely. As far as
doesn't matter
any
the size.
form of event, golf outing, we can really accommodate any size for anyone.
Okay, getting back to the membership before we wrap up, what's the easiest way for one of our viewers who's interested in joining a place like Bluestone? Where do they go?
They can give us a call. Ask for Scott Doherty.
Scott Doherty is the man?
He's the man,
And
man in charge.
He'll get the process going, right?
That's right.
Absolutely.
All right, you can be member number, whatever, 86, 87, 127, whatever. It's going to be a great year here at Bluestone and looking down the road into the future. Ladies, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right, and we'll be back. We'll have more from Bluestone here on Inside Golf, but coming up next, it's our teed off.
With wrong court club selection, I might give a little recommendation about what I would do.
Welcome back. Inside Golf continues with our teed off panel. Today we're at the Valley Forge Casino Resort in King of Prussia. Entertain your everything right here at Valley Forge. You can play on the gaming floor, you can have a great meal, and you might as well stay at least a night or two right here at the Valley Forge Casino Resort. Joining us today from Lanark Country Club, head professional, Mr. Chris Wilkinson. Thanks for coming back. We didn't do anything to spoil it the last couple times, so I'm glad you're another teed-off panelist today. Also, Mark Peterson, back from GAP. He is the Executive Director, Golf Association of Philadelphia. And once again, Bob Shepard joins us, longtime Philadelphia PGA member, author. Let me hold it up.
Go ahead. Thank you.
The Dormy House, series of short stories.
Blessing. Give it your blessing.
I'll give you your blessing. Short stories from Bob Shepard.
There you go.
Chris, I don't know about you as a professional, but me as an amateur playing with maybe some people who I don't play frequently with. I'm out there on the golf course and I'm watching somebody, maybe they're struggling in their round and they hit it into a fairway bunker and they're, say, 240 yards away, and they pull out a 3-wood to hit it out of a fairway bunker at that distance, and I'm thinking, really? But, the nice guy that I am, I hold back from saying maybe you want to second guess that club selection. What advice as a seasoned professional would you have for me and for them?
Well, I think you need to, first of all, I'm all about people having fun on the golf course, and I think the first thing to do is to read whether that person's having fun. I know I have students that I teach that aren't the greatest players, but that's how they like to play golf. They go for it every time. Course management isn't something that is going to make them enjoy it any better. It's not all about the score. It's about, you know, playing every hole the way they want to.
So there's a certain stage in their golf evolution where they decide, okay, maybe this isn't the best choice of club at this particular time.
Yeah, each person's different, so I think that I would read whether or not that person's having fun with what they're doing at the moment, and if they're not, that's when I'm going to step in. If they look like they're miserable because they're struggling so much, that's when I think I would sort of, whether we're walking with a caddy or in the cart, or, you know, sort of sit in the cart with them and maybe have a little chat with them about what can make the game more enjoyable to them, because that's really what it's all about.
Like a member guest, and your guest is doing that and say, hey, we're trying to win this thing. You know? How about you, Mark?
Easier when it's a team event, right? You know, I think you just have to assess the situation, and if you know the individual well enough to say something. Honestly, if someone's going to pull a 3-wood out of a bunker, I want to see how they do, because I can't hit that shot.
Chances are.
Chances are, right.
So, no, eventually I would say something, and for me, it's probably more about pace of play. If we're holding up the group behind us, or if the others in the group are not having a good time because, you know, we're just hitting these challenging shots with wrong club selection, I might give a little recommendation about what I would do. But by and large, I probably would wait until I buy them a beer in the grill room and say, you know,
pick your time.
I probably would have hit 7-iron there, get it in the fairway, and try and hit it on the greens.
Shep, that's the other, he brought up, you know, time management, and, you know, a lot of times you'll get maybe a par 5, and a guy, you know, a 22 handicapper's got 220 on his second shot on a par 5. Chances are he's not going to get home.
No.
But he'll wait till the group in front is off the green.
Right.
That means everybody else has to wait. Right. I think that's what Mark is looking at, saying, hey, you know what, you're not going to get there.
Yeah. Well, I found, and I did very well through the years playing in pro members and pro-ams. And the reason was I was very comforting to the player. I would usually go to the worst player in my group and I would cuddle him. I would make sure that he knew I was watching, but I was kind. Anytime he made an effort, I gave him a compliment. And what happened was the A and B players would look back and say, hey, man, maybe if I use my head a little bit, Shep will come over and talk to me. So it worked. I did very well in pro-ams. I won a load of them, and it wasn't because of me, it was because of my management of the team. And it's difficult when you get a guy with a big ego. If you don't go over and manage him, you could end up, you could have a rough day, because it'll affect the rest of the team. So the trick is, in my experience, is to get the weakest player and really polish him up as much as you can. Just feed them ego food all day long until they get up.
Ego food, huh?
Ego food, yeah.
Ego food.
The hot dog and a Coke.
Chris?
But I think what's important, and what he was saying, is talking to people in a general sense about course management. Those are much easier things to talk to people on the golf course than pulling them over and trying to fix their grip or change their swing. That's usually stuff you would save for after the round. So
here's one. How about on the greens, when somebody will ask you, hey, what do you see here?
Oh boy, yeah.
The ultimate time killer, right? That's why better ball events are the slowest events out on the golf course, because should I hit it this, or is it, you know, it may be right edge, but when you hit it at 90 miles an hour, it's straight.
Everybody's different. Right? Everybody has and the same thing with club selection.
Yep.
You know, you're say on a par 3, you know, you hit first, you put it on,
right.
And your partner says, what you hit there?
Right.
Well, I tend to say, I don't give them the iron. I said I hit my 155 club.
Right.
That's a nice. I don't want to, lead them either way.
Yeah.
Just give them the yardage.
Right.
And, you know, if they ask for the number, like Stan Dudas, what did he used to have?
Yeah, he used to have.
He had a 7 on every iron.
Every iron, yeah. No matter what he was hitting, and he knew which one was an 8, is 9.
He got tired of competitors looking into his bag to see what.
Yeah, the whole set was 7 on the
every time they
bottom.
looked over at his bag, each iron had a 7 on it. He knew the difference somehow. I don't know what he did. He put maybe his initials or something backwards, but you never know, right?
The owner. He's the owner at that point. Yeah.
Course management, back and forth. You know, advice, when to give it. I love Chris's suggestion. Maybe over a nice cold beer on that 19th hole, not standing in the middle of the fairway on number 18. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us. Stay with us. More coming up on Inside Golf. The Valley Forge Casino Resort is the perfect venue for your next conference or event. With a $6 million guest room renovation, 39 separate meeting rooms, and over 100,000 square feet of flexible banquet and exhibition space, it's the largest full-service hotel and only full amenity gaming resort in suburban Philadelphia. Located conveniently 30 minutes from downtown Philadelphia and near all major highways, Valley Forge Casino Resort is in the middle of everything. Entertain your everything and visit vfcasino.com for more information.
My mom asked, Caitlin, would you like to do golf? And I said, sure, and so I got into it.
I watched it on TV one day and I was like, yeah, I gotta try that one day. My mom was like, yeah, I need you to do something over the summer.
Well, my grandfather played golf, and then he kind of gave me the interest in playing golf.
My dad told me about it, and I thought it was interesting, so I tried it out. I really liked it, so I went on.
Well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of Inside Golf. Hope you enjoyed our little tour and visit to the new Bluestone Country Club. It's quite a place here in Blue Bell, Montgomery County. Our thanks to Chris Gardner, the head pro, and to Alicia and Leah for giving us a little tour of what's available here at beautiful Bluestone Country Club. I'm Harry Donahue. Remember, no matter how bad it's going for you out there, don't pick up, and we'll see you next time on Inside Golf. Inside Golf, now celebrating its 20th season, is presented by Destination Montco Golf. 54 courses, 300,000 yards. Check them out at montcogolf.com. By the First Tee of Philadelphia. The First Tee helps young men and women become better golfers, but most important, better people. Get involved. Visit thefirstteephiladelphia.org. By the Golf Association of Philadelphia, GAP, celebrating amateur golf since 1897. By Jersey Man Magazine, it's a Jersey way of life. And by Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. And by Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia Section PGA. Experts in the game and business of golf. Take time to thank your local PGA golf professional.